Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nervous Chat. I am joined tonight by a YouTubing couple who I'm sure many of you will be very familiar with if you've ever joined any of their amazing quizzes over on their YouTube channel. And I've been looking forward to getting them in for a chat for a while, just to get, the lowdown on how they came up with the idea and where and why and all those kind of questions that that people probably think of as we go. Before I bring them into the show, I am going to obviously just give a little shout out. Tomorrow night, they have got another one of their fabulous quizzes, and tomorrow is the UK theme parks quiz over on the Walking with the Woods YouTube channel. And that leads me nicely to tonight's guests, which, of course, are Nick and Claire from Walking with the Woods. Good evening, guys.
Hey, how you doing, man? You okay?
I'm good. How are you?
We're not too bad. Rushing, as always. Claire's not even set up with the mic.
It takes 1 second.
Everyone thinks it's me that's late.
It is.
Claire, I totally empathise. I literally got into the studio with about 3 minutes to spare, Nick will tell you, after saying goodnight to the boys, which is always my Monday routine. So I totally get it. But it's lovely to see you, and lovely to actually interact with you, Claire. Obviously, I've met Nick at Alton Towers.
Don't get too excited.
So no. Actually, and then of course he told me that you, it's possible you're going to be at Alton Towers on the 18th.
Yes.
Possibly.
So it'd be lovely to meet you in person. Well, hopefully you make it, because it'd be lovely to meet you in person as well. So otherwise, we'll keep an eye on him for you. Don't worry.
If you can.
Just like to say a quick good evening to everybody in the live chat tonight. It's already gone quite crazy, so I will try and quickly run through who's here. Evening to my amazing mod, the Coaster Chicken, James, who is an absolute legend of a moderator, and I'm so privileged to have him on the show. Sebastian the Crab. Now, I don't know who that is. I'm assuming that's somebody that may well be a Walking with the Woods regular watcher and fan. But welcome to the show.
It's seafood.
Welcome to the Three Mouseketeers, Becky and Co.
Hey.
Lily from Airtime Madness. Lovely to see you. Rob and Lauren from the Thompson Life. Lift Hill Lauren is here as well. Lovely to see you again, Lauren. Obviously, we were having a chat earlier about some work we're going to do together on her next podcast series. So keep your eyes open for that. Mike from Journey to the Attractions, welcome. Casey Levy, lovely to meet you and see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have I missed anything? Sam Coaster Tog, of course. How can I miss you? Lindsay Coaster Hen's here tonight. Fantastic. John from Kelly Family Adventures. M from M's Pixie Dust. Wow. Rob, and it's going to escape me now, from the Mediocre Travel Blog. I think I've caught up with everybody. Just flicking through quickly. Yes, that's it. That's everybody that's commented so far. If I haven't shouted you out, then welcome. Thank you for joining, and I apologise.
Chat's banging.
It goes
good
crazy.
Crowd.
They are an excellent crowd, and they're regulars, and I love that. It's like a little community that's sort of sprung up around it, and it's lovely. It's really nice to see regular faces, as I'm sure you can appreciate with the quizzes, when the same people regularly turn up for the quizzes.
We'd be happy with like one person showing up, really, and then you get like 20, 30, 40 people, and then like the next day you've got like 200 people that have viewed it and whatever else. It's pretty amazing, to be honest.
When we first started, I think we only had about 10 players, didn't we?
After 37 of them, you tend to learn a thing or two about a thing or two. So we've grown anyway, and a lot of people have stuck there with us since day one. When we did.
And it's so rewarding, isn't it? I mean, like you say, though, for me, I will do a show if there's one person watching, you know, because one person has given up their evening to come and join me. So, you know, it's worth it. But as you say, when you see, you know, 20, 30 people, you know, it's great as well. Evening, Kaz. Thanks for joining. So, yeah. So, but you didn't start with quizzes, did you? I've obviously had a good look through your back catalogue, and quizzes is not started. So why and what did you start with?
I love that you've looked through my back catalogue. You might want to rephrase that the next time you use that. So we kind of dabbled with YouTube for a few years, maybe. Like I mean, probably just, I don't know, just some sort of
messing, like
just messing around, really. It's like, oh, this would be fun. Let's put it up on YouTube or whatever. And then it might have been just like slightly pre-pandemic. We thought, let's kind of do this thing properly, really. So it was like a 2 a.m. conversation. Like we needed, we need a channel name, and like Walking with the Woods was born. I think there was like 3 or 4 different suggestions. I don't know what the rest were, but like Walking with the Woods was born. I didn't see anyone else with that name across YouTube. I found out more recently that there is one person, one channel with the same name.
And they walk through woods.
and yeah, but they don't do anything on YouTube whatsoever. And we found that out recently. But yeah, we had a couple of videos on like an old channel that we kind of brought across to our new channel. And someone said, well, if you're going to start a new channel, you're going to do something new, you should do like a daily vlogging challenge. So we decided to do a 30-day vlogging challenge, really, like every single day, take the camera with you wherever you went, apart from work. That's boring for a start. And like, I mean, looking back now, I mean, out of 30 videos, maybe 2 I would tell people to go and watch if I really had to. But what it does, and for anyone that might be new to YouTube or starting a channel or thinking about starting a channel or doing vlogs rather than just maybe live streams, it gets you used to holding the camera. You hold the camera, you have to edit everything, and it gets you used to everything. Gets you used to talking to the camera in public, like like we was at like Home Bargains, just walking up and down the aisles, like talking about things. So it's like, you know, that's quite a kind of intimidating place to hold a camera. Before you realise that everyone's talking to their camera nowadays, or their phone nowadays anyway. And like, Alton Towers and things like that. And I think we had a couple of Scarboroughs and Blackpool day outs and stuff. I think it might have been during the pandemic, actually, we did that. So yeah, we started with the 30-day vlogging challenge, and it was weird. On like day 31, it was just weird to like not hold the camera anymore. And then, we just, you know, 2 years later, I guess, like, you know, here we are. We made it to the big time with the Nervous Chat.
I think we realised after those 30 days that we was very boring.
Oh yeah, no, like full respect to people that like literally vlog daily, like legit, like have daily vlogs. Like he doesn't really do it live. It doesn't really vlog daily anymore. But like people like the Tim Tracker, for example, that everyone probably knows, like 10, 15 years worth of daily vlogging. I mean, that's just crazy. To be honest, I mean, you got to be quite selfish as well with your time, because there's, like, as we all know, there's nothing else. Like, you film and you edit and then you upload, and that's your entire day.
Well, you do all that. I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't know where to start.
I was going to say, committing to vlog for 30 days solid. I mean, that's a massive undertaking.
I'd recommend it though. I'd recommend it definitely, because you learn so much about things. Like, just do it.
Yeah, I suppose
I'm just gonna, you know, the videos will be terrible, but you just do it anyway. We realized we weren't that exciting, so we stopped doing that.
And you think if anyone thinks I'm terrible at talking on the camera now, then I was even worse.
I think we can all look back at all of us that vlog can look back at old videos and think, oh my days, was I really that bad? I know I do it. I absolutely cringe. I was looking back because actually this week is the anniversary of the launch of Anxious Rider, and
oh wow!
And I was looking back at that original video I made, and it was all filmed in one take. There was no editing, it was all done in one take, and I was looking back at that video and just cringing. I was dying inside looking at it. But it was a starting point, as you say, it was where I started, and that was the springboard, if you like, for going on, and obviously, and here I am now with this. So
you got to get the reps in, as they say. Like you have to start, really, and you will be terrible at first, as we all know, but you just keep doing it. Everyone has absolutely. A day one, like regardless of what it is, anything.
Talking about getting reps in, Nick, I was quite intrigued to see your should we say your forage into strength workout videos within the channel. And I say interesting because I've always noticed that you're obviously quite, somebody that goes to the gym. That's quite obvious. And then so to then find that, I was like, oh, okay, this all sort of makes a bit more sense now. Was that one of those projects that didn't make it, or you didn't think was worth continuing? I was just very intrigued because I've just started CrossFit myself.
Hey, get them pull-ups in. Well, I'm a qualified personal trainer, so I've been a personal trainer. Not so much nowadays. It's kind of like, I mean, we for the last couple of years anyway, we've been concentrating on Claire's catering business. But I'm a qualified personal trainer. Kind of still dabble in it a little bit, but in more recent times, with the way the world's gone, like a self-employed business for both of us, really. Unless you're earning real serious money, like you need a proper income. So we've both recently, or in more recent times, gone and got ourselves muggle jobs.
Yeah.
I love that term.
So we've gone and got muggle jobs, but we still do our own thing on the side. Like Claire's got a catering business, for example. I do some personal training and some other things as well. But so we've had to kind of just put that on the back burner a little bit, things that we actually enjoy doing for things that are in this
time.
For things that are a necessity, like paying gas bills and stuff like that, so it's always good to know what you're going to get paid on what day, and then you can buy Merlin annual passes and Disneyland Paris passes and plane tickets.
The important
wireless
thing.
mics.
Exactly.
I love those wireless mics. So that must make life so much easier.
The thing is, as well, with StreamYard, I was speaking to someone about this the other day. Unless you, you can only normally put one microphone into your laptop or PC. So you only have one mic input. And StreamYard, unless you, there are ways to work around it. But with StreamYard, you can only have one mic input unless you have a premium package. And then I think they let you use more than one mic or more than one camera or something. But with these, we've got, it's one receiver, but we've got two mics. So that's kind of a way to work around the issue on StreamYard of only being able to have one mic, which kind of, it helps anyway. I would recommend them.
I will.
Filthy muggle jobs.
It's disgraceful, honestly.
Your mug blood.
If a muggle job ever pays me enough, it's certainly something I would consider having. Because I'm quite an animated person, but I'm very conscious when I'm live streaming that the microphone's here, and if I go like this, I go very quiet, and so
that was one of the reasons, because we have one of the Blue Yeti mics, and when we're both speaking on the quiz, it's not lined up properly. So I like presentation. I like things to kind of look good, as the best that I can do anyway. So the wireless mics kind of made sense, especially when we're in Disneyland and whatever else, and we're live streaming, rather than using phone audio, which is very good anyway on the iPhones, on the new iPhones anyway. The wireless mics just they make a lot of difference anyway to the whole presentation.
It does, because even if we have to wander slightly apart, you can still pick up one of us on the.
If we get separated,
you can still hear me shouting.
Someone on the live chat on the stream will be like, "Oh, Claire's over at Thunder Mountain, Nick. You need to get over there."
I'm lost.
But
also picks up the children beautifully.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. We did New Year's Eve, we was at Paris. We had a great live stream there. New Year's Day, we did 10 hours. I wanted to just spend an entire day live streaming. So we did around about 10 hours from probably midday all the way through to the end of the day, which must have been about 10 p.m. Paris time. That was, yeah, there was us two and the kids, obviously.
I had to keep turning the mic off.
So we had to keep turning the mic off. Claire, go tell them off somewhere. But give me the mic before you do, because we're supposed to be a family channel, But back when we was just talking about the 30-day vlogging challenge, back then it was literally just talking to an iPhone. That was it. So we've come a long way. We've learned a lot of things anyway in the 200 videos or something now that we've uploaded, and lots of live streams, and being in different situations. We've learned how to do things and how to do things quickly as well. So you have to kind of you get equipment along the way, really. But yeah, thanks Coaster Tog as well for mentioning the audio.
Yes. So obviously, as we say, you've got your Disney lives and everything else, and then at some point you had this amazing idea to add these live stream quizzes to your repertoire. How did that come about?
It was during the pandemic, wasn't it? We used to play somebody else's live quiz, and we really enjoyed doing it. They went back to their muggle jobs. That term's now stuck. We need a T-shirt that says muggle jobs.
Yes.
And it's like, so we messaged that channel and just said, we like doing this. Are you going to do it anytime soon? They said, probably not. We haven't got anything planned. Do you mind if we take it over? We know that you didn't invent the Kahoot quiz, but can we do it? Do you mind if we do it anyway? Because your audience is probably the same as our audience.
And we look forward to it every week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like we really had fun.
Oh, they did theirs weekly.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they did that. So full respect. And that's how it was kind of born, really, from those sort of humble beginnings of just kind of sitting on the settee with,
the chair,
the laptop mic. We'll start talking about mics. The laptop camera, and there's nothing wrong with that. We use the vlogging camera now, the Sony camera. And it just kind of developed, really. And if you look at quiz 1 to quiz 5 to quiz 10 to quiz 20 to quiz, what are we on now? Quiz 38 tomorrow night with the UK theme park quiz. There's been a massive change. There's been a big shift in quality. I mean, we've got a nice light as well behind us somewhere.
It's like a full studio, in front of us.
And it was just, I just want to make it look better. I don't want to think like I'm just doing this for my friends and family that might be watching, of like a circle of 5 people. Like potentially millions of people could see this. They're not gonna, obviously, because of the algorithm, and we're just not big enough. But a million people could watch this, and I want them to watch something that looks like a good presentation. So as time has gone, we've learned things. Like I said earlier on, like after 37 attempts at something, you learn a thing or two about a thing or two, and
but then what works, and he's put so much effort into the quizzes. So it's amazing.
Yeah,
and they look great.
We've tried different things, and sometimes things work okay in your head, but they don't really work that well with an online quiz. An online quiz is different to a real quiz in real life, which we will do eventually at some point. So things have just changed, and we're glad that people turn up and they keep coming back for more, really. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on our channel, Walking with the Woods, all one word.
It's well, I mean, obviously, ever since I've started playing, I think, which was back in beginning of December, I think I started playing properly.
Possibly.
And
might have been the 90s. The 90s movie music quizzes, maybe.
Actually, no, it was before that, because I remember doing the Halloween quiz, the horror movies, Halloween. I remember doing that.
So we're late to turn up, but we're not late with relevance. So that would have been October, probably not December.
Yeah. So and I think I've missed 2 since then, and that was only because of work commitments. But yeah, and I must admit, we put it on the calendar now. Quiz, isn't it?
Look at that.
And I've turned down babysitting jobs so that I don't miss a quiz, because I love doing them. It's a bit of fun.
Just leave the oven on, leave the bread knife on the side. They'll figure it out. You know, you don't need to babysit. Let them get on with it.
But like you, starting from humble beginnings, you know, I mean, I remember when I started this show, I had a secondhand gaming headset. That was my headphones and microphone. I was streaming using a Samsung tablet that was propped up on boxes on a step ladder.
It works. But, you know, we would never know. We would never know. You just said it now, we know.
Yeah.
So,
but it was always, you know, I was always determined that was never good enough. I would go to the next level and the next level. And now, of course, I've got the PC, the lights like you, and the fancy lights, and the microphones, and you know, and the separate cameras, and you know, and I'm still looking at, right, what else can I do? How else can I make it look better? You know, because I want it to look great. Because it satisfies
I'm never happy.
me. I'm the same.
Exactly.
I've already thought of ways I can make it look better, what things I can do differently. You know, obviously in the early shows, I did the anagrams, which were a complete disaster, because I thought they would be easy. They weren't. And so scrap that, you know, but it's evolution, isn't it? As you say, you know, always looking to be better. Otherwise you stagnate. And of course the backdrops that I used to have that people loved seeing falling and hitting me on the back of the head. You know, I'm never going to live that down.
We've not really had anything like that. Although I was on someone's live, I don't think you were there. I don't know what you were doing at the time. Probably dealing with the kids.
Probably.
I was on someone's live stream a few weeks back, and I fell off the chair that I'm on, and like. But yeah, we've not had anything like this. This light's not fell on us or anything.
Well, I wish I was there for that.
Sometimes Claire kicks the camera, the tripod thing, and the camera like moves from there, and it's like it's here, not facing anyone.
That's on purpose, though.
But
I think you know that doesn't detract away from the professionalism. That shows that we are still human as well. You know, and that things do go wrong. You know, and I love that kind of thing. And I know that Sam and James absolutely are dying for me to bring that backdrop back, but only on the condition that it does still fall and hit me on the back of the head. And I've told them, you know, it's been consigned now to the archives. You know, it's not coming back. I'm done with it. You know, but at the time it seemed like a good idea. I thought, oh yeah, I don't want a bedroom wall and blah blah. But you know, it's as you say, it's development and evolution, isn't it? You know, and all of that. So obviously, I know that you guys are absolute lovers of Disney and Disneyland Paris. How did that sort of love affair start?
Well, I think I'd been to Disney World, Florida, quite a few times when I was younger. It was like year after year after year after year. So it was like kind of like Disney was just a thing to do. Didn't really have any beach holidays, but like a Disney holiday was like, and then, I mean, Disneyland Paris is, I mean, door to door, really, it's probably maximum 4 hours, really. It's an hour on the plane.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, we breeze through security because we never have any checked bags or anything.
Apart from that one time.
Yeah, disaster, never do that.
Everything that shouldn't have been in the case, I forgot I had it in the case.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking about something else. So on a recent trip, it was just us. There was no kids. Like, never take your kids to Disney. That's rule 101. I know some people are going to tell me I'm wrong in the chat, but whatever. You got better kids than us. So I thought I'm going to pay £5 extra to get the security, like the fast track and everything else, breeze through passport control. For no reason, really, because it's never really a huge queue at Manchester Airport. So I did that. I went through fine. Claire came through, and all the scanners are going, beep, 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 beep. The guys are coming around with the machine guns and everything. So it's like they open up Claire's suitcase. Do you mind me looking in here? No, it's fine. And she's got like hair straighteners in there. Already, that's no, you can't do that. And it's like it's a heavy, like it's not just like some lip balm or something like that with like 100 mils liquid or whatever. It's like it's a proper item. So then they have to properly search it and everything, and then they've got to get the manager over to double check it, and then put it all the way back through. And it's like,
and it beeps again because then they realise that I had some perfume in there.
And then there's like everything in there. Like, just put it in the plastic bags.
But in my defence, so I finished work at 2:00. And by 2:20, we was out and gone. So I was rushing, like we was rushing, weren't we, to get to the airport?
I mean,
and I forgot to take it out, like, you know.
We had like, I don't know, from when it was booked to the time we went was probably like 6 weeks. So we had 6 weeks worth of, I can pack in 6 weeks rather than leave work at 2 o'clock, leave the muggle job at 2 o'clock. We need to be at the airport at 6 o'clock. So like we've got that. That's the time frame now. Throw it all in the bag.
I wouldn't pack 6 weeks before because everything I packed I use on a daily basis.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. But yeah, anyway, so I, you know, £5 well spent. But it is only £5 or so for the fast track. So,
so the lesson that we've learned here is it's not don't take your kids to Disneyland. It's don't take your wife.
Do it because he does that enough already. Don't encourage him.
I'm going to take you next time, Anxious Ride.
Absolutely. Let me know when. I'll be there. Having never been to Disneyland, I would love to go. You know, I don't claim to be a massive Disney fan. I love the Disney films. I think you struggle to find anybody that doesn't. But you know, there's something about Disneyland, isn't there, that you know, it has something for everybody. And of course with Marvel now as well being part of that whole franchise as well, you know, it's even more. You know, I do love my Marvel, you know, and so yeah, it's a dream trip for me, and one that I've said within the next 5 years, it's a 5-year plan, we will go to Disneyland Paris, because you know, it's a trip of a lifetime. And I know that my younger 2 kids would absolutely love it. So I will break your rule and I will take the kids. But
you won't do it again.
One and done.
It'll probably only be a once in a lifetime trip, so that's fine. I'll learn a lesson and then go. Yeah, I should have listened to Nick. I absolutely should have listened to Nick.
I'd always say if you're taking kids and you're gonna like get the plane, I would say take the Eurostar, the Euro tunnel, whatever it's called, from London. Yeah, because you go straight to, well, I mean, from June, July, they've stopped the direct service, so you do need to change probably at Lille Europe. But it's basically you walk upstairs, you get on like a proper French train, not the Eurostar train, and you go into Disney. So the Disneyland Paris has its own train station. Yeah, I'd say if you were going to get the plane, don't get the 6 a.m. plane thinking, oh, great, I'm going to have like all day at Disney rather than getting like a lunchtime plane and getting there quite late. Because really, by the time you get the 6 a.m. plane, by the time you get into Disney, it's going to be like 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. You've been awake over 24 hours at that point. And so have the kids, right? And they've probably been eating sugar. Right, you know, so straight away, day one is like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Hours are like
travel tip. That's a travel tip for everyone.
Hours don't nap, so it doesn't matter what. And they wake up at the crack of dawn. It doesn't matter what time they go to bed. They're up at between 6:30 and 7 o'clock every morning. So and they won't nap at all in the daytime. So that's why they're so tired. And like obviously, understandably, like Disney's, it's exhausting. It's a long, exhausting day. So it's understandable why they are like a bit like misbehaving, because it's a long day. But you know, if they had a nice nap, they'd be fine. But they weren't.
Because you know the train goes straight there. You get off the train, you're already in Disney, and then you can, if you want to check your bags in at the park and go straight into the park, fine. You know, if it's later than let's say 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, then obviously you probably want to go straight to your hotel, like whatever the case may be. But if you get off the plane, you then have to go through security and the check-in and all that kind of stuff. And there's lots of people there. You're in a foreign country, probably don't like us anyway because we're British, you know, let's be honest. And you got your kids running wild, like, and they're in the wrong queue, and they're in like the we're still the EU queue, not the non-EU queue over there. Yeah.
When we took Freya, she needed a pram because she was quite small, and obviously you have to check the pram. So like it was a massive airport and it was so busy, and we had to carry her like because she was too tired to walk, and that it was just a bit chaotic, wasn't it? But the train was just so smooth, like it was a lot easier. Like so for the kids, I would go on the train.
Well, it's a good job I work out, Claire. That's all I'm going to say. Because you know those 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, they're not light. Really, they should be checked in baggage.
Coaster Hen's asking if you've got any tips for a decent Eurostar price, because she is right. I've looked at Eurostar prices and they do seem to be obviously quite expensive.
Yeah, it is, I don't want to say it's a premium service, but you do need to book things in advance, probably a weekday, out of
at a random time.
Yeah,
like...
you know, like out, like today, go today, it'll be great today. But like, you know, in sort of April time, it gets busier. Summertime, it's obviously busy. You got Christmas time, Halloween time. Like they know stuff's going on in Disney, and you want to go at Disney for these things. So yeah, make it more expensive. Send us a DM. We have a friend that's a travel agent. They'll do you a fantastic price. Just mention us, and they'll give you £1 off. Right. So yeah, send us a DM. Having kids is a ball ache.
True.
Yeah, literally since I've had it chopped off.
I did notice that video as well. I wasn't going to bring that one up, but yeah, I did see that.
Well, it doesn't go up anymore, Darren. I'm smooth as an action man down there.
I wouldn't exaggerate.
I'm just trying to get you more likes, man. Like the video for that.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
That's the new episode title, just right there, isn't it? I'm smooth as an action man.
We should be on Unfiltered with something like that. With Danny and Jamie.
Casey has.
Anyway.
Sorry, I've got Casey in the live chat. Has very patiently been, I wanted to ask you a question. I know obviously we normally leave questions till towards the end, but she's obviously
fine.
They've been patiently waiting, and they just wanted to know what your favourite rides in the UK parks are.
I'd say, well, you go first.
Well, Alton Towers, Nemesis, favourite.
Yeah,
I love it. But it was really funny. So I never used to like rides at all. I went to Alton Towers on a school trip when I was about 16, and I nearly passed out because I had to go on Nemesis. Because I thought like I could queue with everybody and then not go on. But obviously you have to go on. So I nearly cried. And then a few years later, I went on it again and I was like, this is brilliant. So now it's actually one of my favourite rides. So I'm going to go with Nemesis for Alton Towers.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what Nemesis 2.0 is going to bring us. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would argue with that as a top ride. I mean, Wicker Man's fantastic.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'd say number one is the Swarm. Because we loved it.
Yeah, that was good.
Absolutely loved it.
I forgot about that one because we've only been on it once, haven't we? I forgot.
Yeah, so I don't think until Fright Nights last October, I don't think I've been to Thorpe Park since the old logo, like whenever that was.
Wow. So
I think it had it was like a log flume kind of logo, was it, with the splash thing, the splash motif or whatever it is. So yeah, Swarm, I'd say, was fantastic. It's so smooth and like effortless.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I know. By the way, Claire refuses point blank. She will never ever go on the Smiler ever. Not even on March 18th when we're dragging her in there. She'll find a way to escape.
I won't find a way. I will literally chain myself outside the gate.
Really? But yeah, I'd say Alton Towers anyway, which is like our home park. Yeah. Wicker Man. We love Choo Choo. Which is a family coaster, and we can all go on that. Although Sophia would love the Wicker Man as well.
I think she would. Yeah.
It's just a big mine train, really.
She's getting a bit braver, isn't she? But it takes a while. Like this, I'm not going to push her to go on it.
Yeah, I say Wicker Man or Swarm to answer your question.
Swarm. I mean, Swarm. Obviously, for me, yeah. I do love the Swarm. It's not my number one, but it would always be in my top 5 because it was the first big ride I ever braved. So and it is an amazing ride. And obviously Lift Hill Lauren did climbing the Swarm's Lift Hill on foot. And I know somebody else as well that did it, and they said that it was a life-changing experience. Not something I think I'd ever be able to do because I'm terrified of heights.
Same.
I don't mind being on a train up there. That's okay, but I don't know that on foot, especially if there was any kind of wind, I would literally I'd have a panic attack. I really would. But
that's the same as me.
But the Swarm is a lovely coaster, and I did it for the first time. Fright Night's just gone. We did a night ride on it, and
that's when we did it.
Yeah.
wow, what a view from the top of that lift hill. And what an amazing ride it is at night, you know. And it just, as you say, because it just glides through, it's, you know, it's just it was
glides.
It is
That's
an amazing ride.
Yeah,
it is. And I always say it's those seats are like armchairs almost, aren't they? You know, they're really comfortable, and it's just I agree with Swarm. I mean, I do love Wicker Man, but I prefer Wicker Man when it's running quick and a bit rougher. It just adds a bit more of a thrill to it.
Yeah, I mean, we did it. I forgot what trip it was, but we did it back to back, didn't we?
It was
the second
fireworks.
time, it might have been the fireworks night, in the evening. The second time, literally 10 minutes after the first time, it was so much quicker and just wild.
It was mad. So I think I'd gone on Wicker Man for the first time the year before, and I was on the back row, and I was like, well, it's all right. Like, it wasn't amazing. And then we went on it, and it was like about 50 times faster, and it was like, whoa, like, that's mad, wasn't it? It was so fun.
Yeah. But I'm always, I mean, overall, like, out of everything in the entire world, I'm always a log flume kind of guy. Just give me a good log flume. That's the kind of rides that I like. Although I like rapids as well. I mean, the Alton Towers ones. Yeah. I mean, if you want to stay dry, go on the rapids. On a rainy day, you'll stay dry on a rainy day. I mean, I've live streamed on there before, and it's like, I just know it's going to be fine.
I must admit, I'm not a water rides fan at all. I don't like log flumes, anything like that. Anything that's going to involve me getting wet, I'm not a fan of. I have sort of touched on the suggestion that I might try and do tidal wave this year, just so I can say I've done it, because it probably is one of the only rides left Merlin wise that I haven't done. So so I think I've got to get the big boy pants out and waterproof trousers and waterproof coat and everything else and just go for it. But
the kids, I don't know what it's called now, but the kids log flume over at Chesington. That's insane. I mean, it's not on par with Rugrats over at Pleasure Beach, where you're just basically submerged at the bottom of it. But I said to Claire, I'll be fine. It's a little kids coaster. You'll be fine. Little kids log flume. And she just was drenched.
Absolutely. So. I was
it does.
But then the big one, I didn't get wet at all. And I was like, how is
no, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Tiger Rock. The only wet you get from Tiger Rock is if the seat's wet and you get a wet bum.
I hate getting wet.
But that river rafts is absolutely just, and as you say, it's the kiddie log flume, so you don't think it's going to get you wet at all.
It must be less trajectory or something. I mean, I'm not very good at geography, but you know what I mean anyway. Like the thing.
There's too much water in it.
The decline or incline or whatever it is. It must be, because like the Rugrats one at Pleasure Beach, you get wrecked. You get destroyed.
It's awful. I don't like going on water rides really when we went to Florida. I don't really like them, but at least you're going to dry. But here
in Florida, you dry after 2 minutes.
I'm not walking around with wet jeans for hours on end. I'm not still doing it.
It's going to Thorpe Park on a cold day and seeing people come off tidal wave absolutely soaking wet, and I just thought, you've taken leave of your senses, because you're not going to dry. You're going to be like that now for the rest of the day.
Right?
Yeah.
Really, I won't even go on the rapids.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Valhalla, actually. There's a couple of comments popping up about Valhalla. Just to see what it's like, see if it's the same as it used to be. I don't know if they've changed it. I know they've changed. Well, hopefully they've changed something after 3 years of construction. But I don't know what the drop's like anyway. But yes, that's probably end of day. Go on the end of the day and then leave.
Yes,
I'll hold the bags.
Leave, just dry on the beach somewhere, or go in the ocean. Go in the sea, I should say.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. It'll be good to get Valhalla back open, because obviously it has been closed for such a long time, and and I think I've seen so many different rumors about what they've done to it, what they haven't done to it. So obviously I've never done it before, so hopefully I'll be able to get up there, and I do want to go and do it because everyone talks about it. So with nostalgia, but also how much they loved it and everything else. So it would be great to get up there and do it. But
there's no mention either, is there? Like, I mean, what is it open in like 2 weeks' time? There's no mention of it opening, or so I don't know, because we all expected last season for it to be open, but no. So
no, absolutely, and even as you say, as we get closer and closer to opening day, there's nothing. There's no official statement. There's there's just nothing, and it's kind of like let's pray we're not.
If they are going to open it, it needs to be kind of this side of summer. Because, in a few months' time, there's kind of going to be no, like, you wouldn't open it after summer. Got that kind of what that period from like September, October, November, So they need to advertise it soon anyway. But
yes, but
we'll see. We'll see.
We know that the social media machine and advertising machine at Blackpool has never been amazing, has it? So
they seem to be getting better.
They do.
Their Instagram and stuff like that. They seem to be doing something good.
Yeah, I think that they could do more probably, but
they could do more late night riding. They need more of that. I'm sure they've only advertised one day for it.
I think all the parks would benefit from doing that. We'd all love, Alton Towers to be open late, more often.
Imagine if they had more fireworks nights at Alton Towers. Like, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
opening day fireworks.
See, wouldn't that be great if they had an opening day show?
Yeah.
Would be a great way to launch the season, wouldn't it? And I think we'd all be well up for that. Especially from enthusiasts. We'd all absolutely love that. So it would certainly be a great one to do. Right, I've got a little quiz I'm going to play now with you guys, if you don't mind. Great. I thought you're the ones always setting the questions and making us scratch our heads and bang our heads against brick walls. And I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through all your previous quizzes and I'm going to find 5 puzzle questions. And I'm going to see whether you knew the answers to them. So it's a bit of a get your own back. I don't know if you ever remember seeing that kids' TV show where they used to bring their teachers on and get take their revenge, if you like. So we're going to do a little thing. So what I've done, guys, is I've screen recorded the first part of the question. They're all the puzzle questions. So if you've not seen a Walking with the Woods quiz before, we have puzzle questions, which is basically putting 4 choices in the correct order. It could be chronological, it could be the order they come in a song, it could be any of those things. Obviously, Nick, as the quiz master, will explain each question as we come in, and then I've typed up all the 4 options for each question as a banner. So I'll bring that up and we'll have about 60 seconds and we'll see if people can get it. And of course, most importantly, if Nick and Claire can. So just bear with me. I'm going to just drop one banner off here. And so let's
Claire
go
don't get to, because Claire plays the quizzes nowadays. She don't get to announce the question. So you can do the first one if we're going to announce the question.
Well, I've got you announcing them, Nick. I recorded that part as well, so I thought it'd give you a bit more time to have a think about the answers. So
make them easy.
Let's go with the first
Second
one.
Question number 2. It's a puzzle question. Remember, oldest to newest. Put these UK theme park opening dates in order. So the one that you think is the oldest, you put at the top. The one that you think is the newest, you put at the bottom, and you slide them all about. Slide them about so they're in order. We should have spoke about this beforehand, really.
So there we go. UK theme parks in the order that they opened.
That was the first theme park quiz, wasn't it, last year?
It was.
That we did.
Yeah.
We got the sequel tomorrow night, folks. We'll talk about that soon, though. So opening. Oh, Claire, do you want to go?
Well, I mean, I think D is obviously first, isn't it? Like that's
you think
oldest.
D is first? No, we'll look at you go.
What?
I was going to say D's Thorpe Park.
Sorry, my bad. C. I ain't got my eyes in properly. So I think C B-A-D.
C-B-A. You thought Park's the newest one?
I'm not very good.
Is that what you think?
Yeah,
Okay. So let's say Pleasure Beach. So C. I'm going to say C-D-B-A. So Blackpool, Thorpe, Drayton Manor, and then Legoland. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see who wins. What about in the chat? Who knows in the chat? Let's whack it in the chat.
Yeah, let's
do the chat stuff.
We've got a yes, Coaster Capture.
Don't copy me.
Correct.
By the way, I don't actually know. By the way,
Coaster Capturers have noticed that the autocorrect changed Drayton Manor to Manor.
I do want to say that's Anxious Rider's error, not our error.
Absolutely error. Yeah.
You know what? I'd go to bed. I'd go to bed seething. If that was me, I'd go upstairs. I'd lock myself in a room for a week.
Perfectionist.
Do you know what? I noticed it when I called that banner up and was like, "Oh, I can't believe
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. But you'll know that people in the chat see everything. Doesn't matter what it is.
Absolutely.
Like the other week, Africa's not a country.
Yes.
It's like, you know. Anyway, carry on.
Let's have the reveal, shall we?
What am I?
1. 6 correct answers. Oh, Sophia's waving at me. Hi, Sophia. Bye-bye, Sophia. Go sleep. Blackpool Pleasure Beach indeed was the oldest. We'll go through all the dates in a second. You know what? Every time I always forget how to.
So there we go. It was in fact Blackpool.
What year did Drayton Manor open?
It's been open a lot longer than people think.
Yeah, because
I don't know whether it was one of those.
Yeah, was Thorpe Park like 71, 79? I think
79 was Thorpe Park.
79, yeah. Okay, that's surprising.
And then, Legoland's the newest one, isn't it?
That was 96.
Yes, because that was Windsor Safari Park, wasn't it, before that?
I think, maybe, yeah.
So
where's all the animals gone?
I don't know. Well, unless they rehouse them at Chessington Zoo, but or at because you've got Woburn, which is not a million miles away from Windsor, and that has a safari park as well. So hopefully they rehouse them. I dread to think that they euthanized a lot just to build a Legoland. That's quite a horrible thought, really, isn't it?
Oh wow, really?
Well, I didn't think of that, but now I am.
I very much doubt they would have got away that.
So I think I'm not. It sounds like Coaster Chicken got it correct, by the way.
Yeah, and I bet he did in the quiz as well if he played, because you know what he knows these things, doesn't he?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we can only see top 5 on the podium, folks. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So that's. Who ever got back to you about that?
I literally get a generic response from a bot. It's just not something we do at the moment or whatever. And I'm like, you can put all the bells and whistles on it, change your emojis, you can do that as much as you want. But like, we could have 100 people playing that. I think we're allowed up to 100 people, and you can only have 5 on the podium. Like, what's wrong with that? Really? That's poor. But the thing is that, like, I say it every week, and I know I'm a broken record, and people don't understand. Like, it really bothers me that the top 5 don't really change that much.
We don't want to see the top 5.
No, the top 5's boring. I'm sorry if you're really clever, but you're boring.
You want to see me go from first to 23rd to 30th
see,
to
like,
15th.
It's that mid-table relegation battle. Like, because if I'm bottom, I'm bottom of the leaderboard. It's like, and I'm 1,000 points behind the person in front of me, and I get a question right and they get it wrong, and then I see that, I'm now only 100 points behind the person in front of me. That's exciting because now there's a battle going on.
Yeah,
that's more exciting than looking at the top 5 on the podium just staying the same from halfway through. You know, so that's where the fun.
See myself jump from bottom to top.
Yeah, and you know, if you're watching, you want to interact by watching it on the screen. So you know, but
yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm totally with you because and that's where the most movement is, isn't it?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, exactly. We did. We had 2 months, maybe 3 months off last summer. We just got really busy, and I did message other quiz like platforms. One of them actually played our Johnny Depp movies quiz, which was kind of nice. Just because I said, yeah, we had a bit of a conversation, and I said, like, well, we're doing this on Saturday if you want to come check it out to see what we do, like to get for a bit of a feel for how we do it and what we want out of like a quiz provider that we can host our game on. And yeah, like everyone that we spoke to, they had a good leaderboards, like either everyone or at least like 20. Like it filled up the screen anyway, which is what we want. But they always lacked something that Kahoot had. Like we couldn't change the timer from 20 seconds. But when we're doing it online with like lag time and connection issues and whatever else, we need a minute or a minute and a half for puzzles that we do nowadays. And they were like, well, you can basically take our app and build your own platform, but it's going to cost you. And then we start talking about thousands of pounds, and it's like, well, don't be ridiculous.
Create your own.
I should. If anyone out there knows how to build an app, like, let me know, because we need to talk and discuss and make this thing better. But yeah,
I can almost guarantee that there's somebody that watches something that either of us do that probably could build that app. There does seem to be a lot of tech-minded people. Yeah. So if you can build us, but build Nick and Claire a custom app. I mean, wow, that would just take your quiz to the next level, wouldn't it?
Please,
that would just
because they'll stop it from him going on about it.
Yeah, no, I'd like that. I mean, I'll refuse. I won't pay the £5 for the fast track anymore for this one at the airport, but I will pay you the £5.
Well, I know next time.
I
was very rushed. I was very harassed.
Ian Rush. Yeah.
I do think though, Nick, that your Kahoot rant every quiz has become
every quiz. Imagine that. Yeah,
and
they still haven't got back to me.
And if you stopped doing them, I think we'd all be a bit. Oh, you'd have to find something else to have a rant about. You would have to.
Yeah, it's just like a John Williams question. It needs to be in every single quiz.
Yes.
No matter what. Will John Williams make an appearance tomorrow night at the UK theme park quiz?
I'm sure you'll slip him in somewhere.
Maybe. I stay up for hours thinking about how do I put this man into a quiz that isn't relevant to him at all.
Yeah. Well, I'll be keeping my eyes open for that one.
Yeah. Didn't he build Nemesis, John Williams? I think. Anyway,
I think he built Inferno, didn't he?
Did he? He built the Inferno one, the inferior Nemesis. Nemesis
still
inferior.
Running.
Well, that's true. That's true. But it's not as old. It's not as old and battered.
20 years this year, though.
20 years.
That one in there.
I mean, that's
20 years old this year, which is
pretty
crazy,
good.
isn't it?
I wish I was 20.
So, second question. Here we go.
Go on. Oh, no. Guys, following that quick clip, puzzle time, 90 seconds on the board, double points as always. Number 5, put the Billie Jean chorus in order. Put the Billie Jean chorus in order. That I am the one. She says I am the one. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl. This is what she does. Have you noticed? Because I'm talking, and she's like, "Shut up, Nick," and I'm like, "But I have to talk."
I know. I can't sing the song in my head when I've got you and this in my ear.
Yeah. Do we have? This is quite recent, isn't it? This lyrics.
I got it right then. I don't think I've got it right now.
Did you get it right there? Do we have a thing at the bottom?
Oh, there we go.
You go first then. Let me know in the chat so I can copy.
Oh gosh.
So what? This is the chorus, isn't it? This is the chorus.
Yeah. It is the chorus. Yes. I actually really like this question, and I did get it right, but I was there, like Claire, singing it away in my head, desperately trying to remember.
Yeah. You lot can sing it out loud, though. She's not allowed to sing it out loud.
It's so difficult.
She has the same rules to when I say in the chat, don't talk about things in the chat until it's done and dusted. She has the same rules, but out loud.
But when
Go away, Coaster Chicken. Let me look at the things. Bring ABCD back up.
When I hear a song, I just want to sing it. Like.
All right. It's Billie Jean is not my lover. C. Sing it. You can sing it now. I think you're allowed
No,
to
I'm
sing
not
it.
going to sing it.
He's not as strict as me.
I'm not going to sing.
All right, yeah.
I'm going to sing in privacy.
Right, hang on. So C, D, A, B. C, D, A, B.
Right,
Boom
let's go with what you
shakalaka. Quacky ducky. Shuck shuck.
I got it right once. I'm not going to do it again.
Let's
C,
let's
D,
check that
A,
out.
B. Let's have it. Let's have it.
Here we go.
Oh, people in the chat.
Oh, 10-10.
Right.
Oh, I caramba.
Oh, I've got all that.
Gonna hear it in a second, of course. But
Was that what I said?
I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just.
I
a
got it
girl.
right as well.
I did.
I
I
am
got
the
it right.
one. She says, I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Yep. So well done.
Boom.
Let's move on to the next one. I did go for a variety as well. So I think that's the only lyrics one.
Okay.
So just to let's drop that banner away. Get ready with the next one. So here we go.
Moving on. Puzzle time. We know what we're doing, guys. 90 seconds, double points. Number 12. Put these sequels in release order. Put these sequels in release order. Oldest to newest. So you put the oldest at the top and you put the newest at the bottom. We've got Ace Ventura.
This was the comedy movies, weren't it?
It was,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Great quiz, this one. I'm sad I missed this one, but
Great quiz, but I didn't watch it.
it was before I was I think I was a regular quizzer.
Yeah.
With your,
It was
with your
last
channel,
summer,
so-
I think Claire
Yeah.
was
I was probably working.
you
yeah.
were doing the catering stuff. Ah, man, so it's put these comedy sequels in order. Okay, so okay, are we playing as a
Right.
team for this?
I
Do you think
well,
we
I was
should
going to say
tag team this
yeah,
man?
I was going to say
This is a ridiculous question, Darren. It's
eh,
D. Christmas
wrote it?
Vacation is
Is that? Is it?
yeah, Christmas Vacation is the first one. That's
I've never heard of it.
D.
Don't know what that is.
National Lampoon, it's the
You've never heard of it, Claire. Oh
I
my
can't believe she just
word.
said that. I can't
Sorry.
believe
No, I
Sorry.
can't.
it.
I'll edit that out
so-
later.
He has to do it all the time.
Okay. Anyway, I know it. I know this.
Go on then, you go.
It's D, which was Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I don't know the date, but I'm going to say 80s. Then it was Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, which is probably like.
Right, just get on with it. With
No,
ABCD.
we've got to put some context behind it all. So probably 96 or 97. It couldn't have been much later than that. Then we've got Rush Hour 2, which would have been early 2000s. Then 22 Jump Street, because the original was 21 with Johnny Depp. 22 Jump Street would have been like, I don't know, like later in the earlier 2000s. Like
What's your answer?
2010, 2012. So we've got, because when it comes up, we don't have the letters. So it's Christmas Vacation, Ace Ventura, Rush Hour, Jump Street. Final
Let's
answer,
find
Bob.
out.
Final answer.
Oh, guys, 16 correct answers. It's always amazing when we get some correct answers on a puzzle.
Fantastic. Well done, guys.
Well,
See, what this
Vic, I
gives
don't
you
know
now,
much.
Nick, is the right to ask these questions in future because, you know, it's not without you. It's not that you just read the answers somewhere randomly. It's that you actually know this stuff.
Oh, it's like I'm flexing on my own quiz.
Because it
Love
takes you 2 weeks to write it. God,
That
if
was-
you didn't know the answer.
You know what? That was last summer. Give me something harder, Bob. Give me something harder. Let's do
That's
this.
enough.
Oh well, I think they do get harder. I think question 5 is one that I think will possibly get you a little
Oh,
bit.
man.
So here we go with number
That's right.
4. Let's see how we go.
4.
Puzzle time. Remember, get these right. Oldest to newest, number 19. Put these Hugh Grant movies in release year order. We've got 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Impromptu, Notting Hill, Sense and Sensibility.
I don't know what that blue one is.
Look how old that is.
That's in a old house.
That's old. See the difference? See the difference, right? Okay, so I'm saying 4 Weddings was 94. I've never heard of Impromptu. I think I put that in there for that reason. Notting Hill was Sense and Sensibility, I think was 95. Notting Hill was more like 98, 99. So I've never heard of Impromptu. So I'm going to say Impromptu was number 1, followed by A, followed by D, followed by C. So I'm saying Impromptu, Four Weddings, Sensibility,
And then
Notting
Notting
Hill.
Yeah.
What about you, Clay?
Okay.
You just agreeing with me?
No, I do. I don't know Impromptu, but I would agree with the other three. But I didn't know where to put Impromptu.
Unless it's like, because when we did the Johnny Depp movies quiz, it's like he done some really weird films that no one's ever heard of after his really big films.
But no, I don't know that one.
Right, so we're saying Impromptu, Four Weddings, Sensibility,
And then
Notting Hill. Run
Impromptu, Four Weddings, Sensibility, and then Notting Hill. Okay, let's find out.
Surprise, 100% incorrect. So Impromptu, it came out in 1991. Four Weddings and a Funeral was 94. Later on that same year was Sense and Sensibility, and then Notting Hill came out in 99.
Well, hey.
You see that? 100% incorrect. That was a very, I mean, that weren't old, like really super old, but that must have been in the first 10. I don't consider that. Yeah, I don't consider that canon, to be honest. That's a different timeline somewhere. But
Kahoot,
anyway,
Kahoot changed the way they set up the answers, haven't they, since then for puzzle questions? They're now written as a list as opposed to a bar.
I didn't like the change, but Kahoot, I know you do watch the Nervous Chat every single week. I like the way you do it now, where it goes up and down rather than across, because I think on the app, if you're playing it on the phone, it does go up and down, so it kind of makes sense to link the two together. Anyway, 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 is not bad, as Meatloaf once said.
That is good going.
Let's do it. Do it to it.
Final question. Here we go.
Hey,
guys.
Simon's in the chat. Hi, Simon.
Hey, Simon. Thanks for joining.
He was an usher at my wedding. He did a very good job.
Oh, wow. Wow. We're just having a bit of fun and a bit of revenge here. Wow. It's not turning out to be revenge because they're getting these questions right. So here we go. My last attempt to baffle you.
Puzzle time, kids. Double point, 90 seconds on the board. From 2010 onwards, put these songs in order of their Christmas number 1, oldest to newest. From 2010 onwards, put these songs in order of their Christmas number 1, oldest to newest.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Let me know in the chat. The chat's over there, by the way.
break the normal quiz rules by putting the answer in the live chat.
Yeah. Honest to God, like, has anyone ever heard of any of these songs? Really?
No.
Like, without the intention, I think this was the hardest quiz we've ever done. Christmas number 1s, because everything you hear from November the 1st on the radio till like Boxing Day are all these like fantastic Christmas well-known songs, but none of them went to number 1. So when I was writing the quiz, I was like, this is terrible. Like, so this is just a hard quiz. Oh man, I've got no idea.
Well, Perfect is Ed Sheeran, right?
I was going to say Perfect was Ed Sheeran. Perfect is the last one. That's the last one. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. I forgot who that was by, but when We Collide, I'm going to say was 2010. I'm sure that was X Factor. I'm just trying to think back to the quiz that we did. Right, I'm going to say just randomly. I'm going to say, you can have your go. Obviously, I'm going to say When We Collide. Yeah. I forgot what the question was actually. When was? Because I said the dates in the question, didn't I?
It was from 2010 onwards.
From 2010.
From 2010 onwards, the order that these guys went to number 1.
Right. Okay. So from 2010 to I think When We Collide was 2010, and I think that was someone just put it in the chat actually.
Don't cheat. No, you can't cheat.
No, I'm not cheating. Right. I mean, they've got it wrong anyway. They know nothing. Matt Cardell, Matt Cradle, Coaster Chickens put. Is that his name?
Cardle.
Matt Cardle.
Matt Cardle, yes. Matt Cardle.
Right. I'm sure that was 2010. So this is what I'm saying anyway. You can have your go. I'm saying When We Collide, He Ain't Heavy, Something I Need, Perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna go A.
We should have had a whiteboard.
A-D.
Yeah.
We've got it somewhere. I don't know where it is. HD. That's what usually finishes that sentence.
Hang on.
What did you said
I
DCAB?
don't know. I can't. I'm
Yeah.
loose. I can't see.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with AD. What's the other letters?
DC.
B and C.
DACB. Okay, so Hen's copying me.
So I'm gonna go
Right.
ADCB.
I'm
ADCB.
AD. So you're saying
ADCB.
D. Right. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
it's
Coast-
divided. It's
See how
divided
hard
opinion,
this
hasn't it?
is?
This one.
Close to Hen. These are Christmas number ones, though. This is like a big time of the year, and no one's
Yeah,
ever
but
you know
heard
what?
of them.
it's not like it was.
When I looked at this question, I looked
Yeah.
at the answers and went, "What? They were Christmas number one." I don't remember
It's
a
a
single
crazy
one of
time.
them ever being Christmas number one.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
It was only when I sort of dug a bit further and realized, okay, one was Matt Cardle, so yeah, X Factor, that would explain that. But yeah, I had no idea, absolutely no idea. So let's have a look.
Yeah, I've said what Hen said, just so we know.
Okie dokie, let's go.
Running.
Hey, we're going back to the old ways when there was only one correct
Got it
answer.
right.
Someone got it right. Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely, Coast to Hen. We need to go back to the...
Did I get that
So
right?
It was. So the order was Something I Need.
Oh,
He
wow,
Ain't
really?
Heavy. I think so. Let me just check that again.
Hey, we're going back to the old...
So it's When We Collide.
That's
He
what
Ain't
you
Heavy,
said.
He's My
Oh,
Brother.
no, that's what I said.
That's what I said.
Something I Need, and then Perfect.
That's what
So
I said.
it was DACB.
That's what I said.
They didn't.
Me and Coaster Hen said that. Me and
You literally
Lindsay.
copied him.
Hey, we've
Them hair.
got them double points on the board, Lindsay, Coaster Hen.
Just to prove that is actually what Coaster Hen did say. She did go with DACB.
And I did say she was copying me as well, so that legitifies my answer. I don't know what Claire said. to be
Whatever.
honest.
I can't remember.
I mean, she said Thorpe Park was the oldest as well, so
I've been once.
So, well, there we go, guys. I mean, that just
we
proves
should have
that,
just done that for the whole hour.
Yeah. Do you know what?
No, it's too stressful.
A 4 out of 5 is not bad.
No, that is really good going. I must admit, I did wonder, because obviously some of those, as you say, did go right back to the very early quizzes.
Yeah.
And it's you must if you write 35 questions per quiz, and we're now on quiz 38. I mean, I can't do the mental arithmetic for that, but I mean, you must have written. Thousands. Are we into thousands? Over 1,000 now questions. We've got to be getting close, haven't we?
And I can't do the geography, but it's like 10 million or something.
Yeah.
But well, quiz 36 came along, didn't it? Quiz 36, and I couldn't wait to get to quiz 36 because it felt like a milestone. So we always have 35 questions if you're not familiar with our quizzes. So quiz 36 was going to be, we're going to take one question from every single previous quiz, which I thought would be quite easy to do because I've already wrote the questions. But then I figured it out with a calculator that's like 1,200 questions or something ridiculous. Yeah. So like it was probably the hardest quiz to put together. So yeah, a lot of questions anyway. 1 billion questions.
And I must admit, when obviously I said to you about doing what we've done tonight, I thought, oh, this is going to be really easy. I can just go in and choose whatever, and actually it really did take time to go through and go, oh, actually I don't know about that question. Or maybe that one. Oh. And before I knew it, I was kind of like, right, stop. Go in, find a question, record, come out. Otherwise you're just going to end up bogged right down. So I mean, writing that quiz 36 must have been a real,
Well, thank you for the 37 extra views on our channel. just for that. But yeah, good stuff, man. We like. I like doing it. Claire used to help.
Yeah, but my questions weren't good enough, so I stopped. Stop trying.
So then it became, well, Claire's going to play the quiz every time we do it, so she can't help. Like, it is completely legit and above board. She hasn't seen any questions, any answers, or anything like that. More importantly, the answers than the questions. And also, when she's sitting next to me, I often play like random songs on YouTube when I'm looking at my laptop, or random like movie clips, just to throw her off the track a little.
And the 80s one the other day, and you played Gold, and I was like, Gold, and he was like, that's not in it, by the way. I was like, no.
Gold, and until like 10 a.m. the morning of the quiz, there was a gold question in there, and then I don't know, I realized I should take it out. The question wasn't good enough, basically. It's like I write everything and it all seems good, and then like the morning of, I go through it as like I'm playing it properly, and just to test out that everything is Africa's not a country, manners spelt correctly, because they hate it in the chat. They pick up on those things.
Oh, don't they just?
So I go through it all, and then I look at the questions, and I'm like, it's just not good enough. I need something else.
It needs to be harder.
No, well, it doesn't need to be harder, but it just needs to be better in a way. I think the thing was, I think once I told you I took it out, you said, well, yeah, what was that doing in the 80s quiz anyway? Yeah. It was something like, we played Gold, and then it was like, what's the and in the chat, let me know. You've got 1 minute, by the way. It's a double points question. It was something like, what's the symbol for gold on the periodic table?
Yeah, it's like, what?
Something like that. Something like that anyway.
I'd rather have a puzzle quiz.
Let me know in the chat if you know. What is the symbol for gold, the element on the periodic table, or something like that anyway? But yeah, so we do write these. Well, I do write these questions. We don't just like copy and paste them from like BuzzFeed or something like that, or whatever. He knows. You see.
Yeah, there's a few people who knew that.
You know what? They all know. They all know. But quite rightly, like Claire said after I took it out and I told her what it was, it doesn't belong in the 80s quiz. When we do the scientific periodic table quiz,
I'm not playing that. I'm working
that's when your knowledge is going to come in handy. Like everyone, one around Molly, Sebastian, Disney M, Coaster Chicken, is it Zoopaluders?
Zoodaloopers, yeah.
You need to, you're not allowed to look it up though. Don't Google it. It's cheating.
No Googling. No, absolutely no Googling. I used to write quizzes actually. When I was in pub management for a while, and I worked in this pub, and we every Tuesday night was quiz night, and I somehow ended up, I think the manager used to write them, and then she was on holiday for a couple of weeks, so I took over and wrote them, and she never took it back. So it then fell to me every single week, and I must admit it was, an arduous task. So I don't, as much as we would love to have a quiz every single week from you guys, I just, the workload would be too much. It would be, absolutely.
I mean, I don't even do anything to do with the quiz, and it exhausts me. So like just every 2 weeks is fine.
Yeah, it's too much effort, really. And I mean, tomorrow night we've got the UK theme park quiz. It's probably because when we started, it was every 2 weeks on a Saturday night. And then we just got, like, I always thought, is Saturday night the best night to do it? Like, people like to do things on a Saturday night. And then just because life and muggle jobs and children, don't have children. I think it was Coaster Tog that said, thanks for telling me not to ever have children when I've just had a newborn. Right?
So we're a bit late with that advice.
I forgot what I was going to say now anyway, but like things just got in the way, really. So we couldn't do one every 2 weeks on a Saturday night. So we had to just change it around, etc. Like Monday nights, well, not Monday nights because that's your night, like Tuesday night, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, Sunday nights, etc. And just bump it around. And it's been interesting to see like different groups of people join different quizzes. Like there's always like a Saturday night crew, and then there's a faithful kind of midweek crew and stuff like that. It's kind of strange anyway. But so tomorrow night, Tuesday night, we've got the UK theme park quiz. But in 3 weeks' time, we've got. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I'm not gonna spoil it just yet. We'll talk about it tomorrow night. But it's going to be Saturday night. It's going to be April the 1st. We're going to find out who's the fool as the next time. The next time that's the next quiz, and it's going to be on a Saturday night as well. And I think the one after might be a Saturday night as well. 2 weeks after that, on like the 15th, I think it is. So yeah. So I don't know why we got around to talking about Saturday night, but yeah, there you
go. I'll get those dates put on the calendar.
Yes,
it's always good to have a heads up. Always good to have a heads up. But if anybody's got any questions for Nick and Claire, please, ask away. We have gone slightly over the hour.
What was that? I know. Yeah, I know. Whack a question in there for us. We're happy to talk about anything. What was like PlayStation sponsored the Ice Blast, but I'm sure there was like a soft drink that sponsored it before. It wasn't Pepsi. Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I'm talking about. It wasn't Pepsi.
Wasn't it the Tango Ice Blast?
Yeah. Wasn't there another one though? Like it had a number in it.
I don't know.
Pleasure Beach. I'm sure 7-Up did something at Pleasure Beach once upon a time.
That does sound familiar.
Just wondering if do you think it sounds familiar, Coaster Capturer? I'm just wondering what
suggesting Iron Brew.
What you think?
And
no, Iron Brew. Iron Brew was Revolution. Hey, that's not.
It was, wasn't
I'm going to have to change the quiz now for tomorrow night. Just wondering if Coaster Capturer thinks it might have been 7-Up.
7-Up sponsored Shockwave at Drayton Manor, apparently.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that was at Drayton Manor. Yeah, 7-Up. I don't know. I don't know why I just thought of that. There was a reason why I just thought. I don't know why.
Where's your brain going?
I don't know. I'm sure Dal had.
There was a phase, wasn't there, where soft drinks were sponsoring a lot of these things, and now they seem to have really sort of pulled away from it. I don't know why that would be. I suppose with the introduction of sugar taxes, they probably don't want to be encouraging people to be drinking carbonated drinks, but maybe we'll see a prime.
The whole point of that was because, unfortunately, although I'm a West Ham fan, so I can't really speak, the Coaster Capturer is a big Manchester United fan. He
is. And as a Newcastle fan, I've taken more than a bit of stick from him over the Carabao Cup final.
I know, and they sulk, don't they? These United fans. Have you seen Gary Neville?
After last night, you mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, every time. I mean, this is Manchester United. On repeat. But anyway, yeah, that was the whole reason for the 7-Up thing. Ignore me. Yeah, but that's why we like each other. That's why we like each other. He's never going to play again now. He's never going to dance again, as the song said.
But
we were talking about something before we interrupted you with the Coaster Capturer.
We were, and I've completely forgotten now. I'm surprised the Coaster Capturer. I'm surprised the Coaster Capturer hasn't asked his weekly question, which is what your favorite movie is.
Anytime during the year up until December 24th is Die Hard. Then I watch it. I watch it again from December the 27th onwards. Because there's no reason to watch it over those 2 days. I don't know. Favorite movie?
I have so many that I will happily go and watch again and again and again.
I know my favorite Sex and the City character. That's my go-to question on someone else's live stream anyway, and it's Steve. If anyone cares, I don't know about the 4 girls, but Steve's my favorite Sex and the City character.
Well, I really like the ones I always go to. I love Fifth Element.
I don't.
I like Fifth Element. I really like. What do I like? Now I had to literally fall in my head and I've forgotten them.
Claire, Coaster Chicken. That's the answer.
What?
Hey, we're after Watershed now, I think.
We
We
are.
can be our real
Yeah.
selves.
Yeah,
I
we're,
could literally
we're well
just
past 9 o'clock now. That's it. Everything goes out the window.
I have no idea what time it is, to be honest.
Anyway,
What does Claire like?
I like Fifth Element.
Element.
I like
Oh, good choice.
Age of Adelaide. That's a really good one.
That's on the periodic
Yeah.
table when we.
Yeah, it
Claire quiz.
God, I would just thought then I can't pick any because I've got loads and now I can't remember what I was even going to say. What's your movie? Favorite movie?
I don't know, but I'm all about comedy. No, I mean, the amount of times that I've said, let's watch American Psycho.
I've seen it once. We've seen it twice. Why do you have to keep watching it? You mental.
I don't have a favourite movie. Let's just say American Psycho and Fifth Element.
Sounds good. James is asking what your favourite dark rides.
Claire. Your mum's watching. Edit.
She should be in bed now.
Not anymore. We've had two quids. I was going to say. Well, I've had my 2 quids worth. We've had my 2 kids, and yeah, we're done with that now.
Bedtime.
We're done with that. Yeah, go watch the video. The favorite dark rides.
It is. It's so good. I love it. Multipath.
I like. I don't even know.
What's a dark ride?
Like,
In the dark.
So like Wallace and Gromit at Blackpool, or
Oh no,
Tomb Blaster.
you haven't been on
Jewel.
that, have you?
no.
I'm looking forward to seeing what like Jewel does. Do we still have the guns, the lasers?
The guns are gone.
Are they gone completely? Yeah.
They are
Can I
gone
say
completely.
Ratatouille?
Yeah.
You can probably
can,
say
yeah.
Ratatouille.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ratatouille. There we are.
I quite like Gangster Granny. I'll be honest. I quite like Gangster Granny.
Ooh,
Sorry.
not a fan. I'm not a fan.
No.
I think there's.
I think it could have been better. A lot of money was spent, and I think it could have been better. There's things, and I'm like, because I'm like walking around. I'm driving around on the
Walking
bus.
in the woods.
I'm walking with the woods, driving around on the bus inside Gangster Granny, and I'm thinking I would have done that different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Gangster. I like Gangster Granny. I do like it.
I mean, it was a bit of a waste of an hour.
A waste of an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know really. I don't really have favorites. I like rides. What did Coaster Capturer say about the podium?
He asked if it's true
United
that you
on
get. He said that. Do you get bothered? Is it true you get bothered about only seeing the top 5 on the podium?
I hear it in his sleep. He's chuntering about Kahoot in his sleep.
Love it.
Well, I think it ruins the
You
game.
set him off again. Get rid of the comment.
I mean,
He did that deliberately, didn't he? He did it deliberately.
but it ruins the game for everyone else.
Next question. Next comment.
Who's your favorite Disney princess?
I like Rapunzel.
Yeah, Rapunzel.
You don't have to copy. You can say something else.
Belle.
What?
Belle. No, Belle was horrible. Like the amount of work that Gaston put into that, and he tries to save her from some hideous beast that kidnaps her and her father.
You have a certain affinity to these villains. It's a bit worrying.
He's played out to be the bad guy.
You don't even think Hans is a bad guy.
And she's horrible. And
Whatever.
like Snow White's horrible as well. After everything the dwarves did for her, she's like, "Yeah, see you later. I found a prince now." And like,
would you settle down with a dwarf?
No, but they were friends, and it's just like, see you later.
You comment in my hat all the time. I'm only about 2 inches smaller than you.
Yeah. The Shrek quiz isn't coming, James. I think
Chicken's desperate for you to do a Shrek quiz.
I think we may do a DreamWorks quiz because there's more to work. Yeah, then there's more to work with than just Shrek. Because Shrek, you've got Disney, and then you've got to break Disney down into all these different sections. Like Shrek's very it's here, but DreamWorks we can open it up a little bit, and I think that will be a more entertaining quiz. Because if Anxious Riders never watched Shrek,
Are you going to dress up as Shrek?
I am dressed up as Shrek tonight.
No, I'm saying, will you dress up as Shrek? Like,
I'll dress up as Donkey.
okay.
Awesome. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome. But yeah, it's like you say, I think Shrek may be a little bit too niche. And maybe, DreamWorks, I think, would be a great one. So you'll get Shrek questions, James, definitely. But I don't think
You
you're
will
going to
get
get
one
a Shrek.
Yes, there'll be a token Shrek question. One Shrek question.
What is the green ogre called in that movie?
Who is Shrek's friend? Donkey? Move on. I think Minions is DreamWorks, isn't it?
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I want to say it's Illumination. But is that part of DreamWorks?
Maybe.
I can never keep track of who the parent company is of this one and that one, or it just.
We might do animation, everything animation, but not Disney.
Yeah,
and we'll whack like Looney Tunes in there and the Animaniacs and all that stuff, man. Let's do this.
I reckon you should do a cartoon nostalgia quiz. And get things like Looney Tunes, and the real old school Bugs Bunny and that kind of thing in, because I think that would be awesome.
Oh, you should do a Nickelodeon one with like Kenan and Kel and Sabrina and Sister and stuff like that.
Maybe.
Chicken.
Yeah. Remember, I'm writing these quizzes, right? So when we're this like difficult subjects and topics, like it means I've got 2 weeks worth of research to do.
Yes.
I have to pretend I know. Pinky in the Brain. That's a good one.
Yeah. I did used to love Pinky in the Brain.
Thank you. Kenan and Kel, I like
Nickelodeon. I'm just going to put Blackpool Rides in that one.
In it? Cousin Burnley is my favourite.
Yeah.
Who loves orange? Have you seen Kenan and Kel, right?
Soda. I have.
Are you sure?
Not for a long time, but I don't love orange soda, if that was a question.
Yay! Right, Nickelodeon one is in the books. Thank you very much.
Maybe.
You'd make Coaster Hen very happy if you did a Nickelodeon quiz.
So the thing with Nickelodeon is we can open it up to a wider thing, like Nickelodeon. Yeah, we can do that. Like, who makes that noise?
Oh my god!
Like
because Rugrats.
Nickelodeon.
Can just keep that comment there for 1 second. Thank you.
Okay. Nickelodeon, they have hotels. I think they might have had like a very mini looking theme park in Orlando once upon a time.
I think so, yeah.
So, we can open it up to all of that stuff. So you think you're getting Rugrats and Kenan and Kel, you're getting hotels that no longer exist.
Put any hotel questions in there.
You know what, Nickelodeon though, full respect to Nickelodeon, because they wouldn't sell their name, their logo, their likeness to anyone. Like Disney don't care. They sell it to like Primark or whatever else. Everyone can make Disney stuff, and Disney probably sell it quite cheap to these like different like other people that make clothes and apparel, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But like Nickelodeon, we're very like, nope, it's Nickelodeon or nothing. We can't sell our product, our likeness, our logo to anyone else. It's just we make it and that's it. So yeah, Nickelodeon, if you are watching tonight, fantastic.
Here we go. Look, the Zoodaloopers can give us a bit more insight into the whole theme parks business. Nick Universe in New Jersey and the Mall of America in Minnesota.
They built that on me, I heard. Do you hear that? See, so you thought you were getting Rugrats and Kenan and Kel, you're not.
Wow.
As long as we get a Sabrina question, but with a video
I'm sure
clip.
It's not. Yeah, I don't think it's there
Sabrina.
anymore, is it? That Nickelodeon hotel on iDrive, I think it was, in Orlando. Don't think it's there anymore. It's something else now. But it was amazing. It was like they had like their own like proper full-on water park in there. They had like 60 cinema, I think, like before it became a thing. They were like full on. It's just that when people stayed there, that they didn't want people to leave. But of course, you've got Disney and Universal, or like Disney back in those days, just like 2 minutes away. Like, you know, so that's what it is. And unfortunately, that's why places like SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, with their fantastic, like out of this world roller coasters, don't really get a mention, because Disney's next door and the Mouse House, they know how to sell themselves. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
are the sort of quintessential success, aren't they? With regards to marketing and franchising, and you can't escape Disney. It's everywhere you look. So yeah, they've definitely got that
mouse
nailed down well and truly, haven't they?
Oh, the mouse owns O-Town, 100%. Goosebumps was quality, was it? It was.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
Did you see the films though? I wasn't so convinced about the films.
No, I didn't watch the films actually, but I watched the little series.
Yeah, the TV series I loved, but I've watched the films, and Gabriel absolutely loves them. But I don't know, maybe it's that nostalgia side of me. It's like whenever they remake anything, because I think it's Nickelodeon that remade Thundercats, isn't it? And
really,
for me, it's it's trash. It's absolute trash. They've kind of parodied it, and it doesn't work for me. But that's because I grew up with Thundercats, and and so it's one of those things, isn't it? I suppose. But yeah,
definitely. It's like to me, I've seen like the new Turtles, and it's just not like they've changed the story, and it's just everyone's all like blocky, like almost like Lego characters, and it's just not. It's not what it was.
Sorry, yes, James has just corrected me. It wasn't Nickelodeon that trashed Thundercats. It was Cartoon Network.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I can't watch it, and Gabriel loves it, but he doesn't remember the original. So for him, that it's a new show. It's completely different. But for me, it was
yeah. We are set in our ways, old man.
Absolutely. If you could have the 50p from the Queen's nose or Bernard's watch, which would you choose?
Who's Bernard? Should I know Bernard? You're cleverer than me.
I'll have the 50p.
I want the 50p.
The 50p was granted wishes, didn't it? Was it the 50p that granted wishes?
Yeah, it just stroked its snout, didn't she?
Yeah, and then Bernard's watch stopped time. Apparently, there we go.
So what? Could I have 50p or stop time? Oh, could I grant wishes or
if you stroke the 50p, it granted wishes.
Oh wow, that opens everything up.
Yeah, Queen Snout, definitely.
Stop time. Yeah, definitely stop time. Be amazing.
I'm not sure how to take Disney M's comment here. The amount of noses that she's rubbed. I mean,
why are you rubbing noses, you weirdo?
I was just about to say. I know it's after 9 o'clock, but let's keep it at least normal.
At least normal.
I don't think she can. I don't think that is normal, to be honest.
That's tame. That's tame for Disney.
I'm all a little bit vanilla. I'm not sure about this rubbing noses business.
Let's give me a kiss.
I'd want the watch too. Yeah, Mrs. Coaster Capturer.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pineapple. Fight me.
Oh,
I'm joking. There we go. See why? It's like saying Die Hard's a Christmas movie. They go crazy.
This is going to be controversial. So as a pizza topping, I like either just plain margarita with chili oil. That's one of my favorites, or chicken, red onion, and pepper. But I really, really like garlic bread and cheese and pineapple. Elite.
Garlic bread and cheese.
Yeah. Garlic bread, cheese, and pineapple topping is divine.
Garlic bread on top of pizza?
No.
Because the question
garlic
was...
bread and cheese.
Yeah, but it was pizza topping, and you said garlic bread.
But a garlic bread is clearly a pizza when you get it from a pizza place.
You know what? I had like, when I lived in Leeds, like when I was staying at a friend's house who was like student accommodation. We don't talk anymore. It was like we had something weird like chocolate and banana topping or something.
Oh.
Yeah, does that
yeah, but it's like three things that are fine by themselves, and then you put them all together, and it just doesn't work. Garlic bread is not a pizza. I keep telling her, she don't believe me. So,
well, no, because
it's not, is it?
Yeah, but it basically is a pizza, isn't it? Because it literally is a pizza without the tomato sauce.
It's called
But
garlic
the
bread.
tomato sauce is a fundamental part of a pizza.
Yeah,
you have to have
also
tomato
can get a
sauce,
garlic
yeah.
margarita. So if you take the tomato
Yeah.
out of the pizza, it's literally just a pizza, like a garlic pizza without tomato sauce.
I mean, I'm a pretty boring person. I mean, I don't like anything spicy, hot, spicy, or anything like that. I don't do. So I'm just like what? Like
You are boring with spice.
cheese, ham, chicken, like a meat feast.
It's a pizza.
Would be good. A meat feast would be good. Like,
Yeah, but without the spicy beef or without the meatballs. Or
no, I'd eat that. I just don't like. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You don't like spicy.
I mean, you got to remember, I've had them chopped off now, so I'm not. You know, I've nothing to play with. So, yeah.
Pepperoni passion for me. It's all about pepperoni passion. Pepperoni and more pepperoni.
Man, we're going to have to order a pizza now, aren't
we? Can we get one now?
Don't.
We will order a pizza. We'll whack it up over on our Instagram, Walking with the Woods YouTube, all one word.
Nice.
And you can see what Claire's ordered and what I've ordered. And that's our final answer, Bob.
I also really like, I don't get it very often. It's like literally like once every 6 months that we get a takeaway. But I really like garlic bread with tomato and pesto on as well. That's delish.
Yeah,
I can
someone
see that.
asked Claire a garlic. Someone else asked Claire a garlic bread question, and then she can tell you all these answers.
Yeah.
I've worked with food forever. Like I love food. I work with food. You know.
So yeah, you can just talking about what the 7-Up man has said. Go back to that last one. We'll get to the wife in a second. The wife to be. It's funny because when we play the quizzes, it's always like coaster capturer, and then it's like coaster capture, and she's not a full capturer yet. She will be like in July or August or something. You go watch our wedding weekend vlog. It was a whole weekend of festivities. So I was on the dance floor busting some moves, busting out the shapes.
Tie wrapped around your head.
As you do. Rambo in it, as all the boys have to do. And I know Dal will be doing that. And I think James and Tog's going to be there as well. I thought, I smell like burning, but I thought, because there was like candles, real candles, never have real candles on a.
There should have been lit in the daytime, but there wasn't.
Yeah, that's a story. That's a story for another time. So I thought, someone's just like extinguished all the candles, and that's why we can smell burning. And then like later on, we were just like doing our vlog. Everyone had kind of left, and it was me and it was us and Sophia, I think.
Your wife, Claire.
So it was me and the wife, and I think Sophia was asleep. Like I think there was like a barman or something like that, and the DJ was packing up, and we was just like walking around vlogging. Like we was all kind of like
getting me cards.
We was all half cut or triple cut in your case.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's a huge like burn, like literally like someone had set the tablecloth on fire at one of the tables. No one saw any fire. No one got a selfie with the fire.
We asked everybody, who was this table? Did you see a fire? What happened? They were like, we never saw it.
Yeah,
we were involved. What happened?
Simon was one of our ushers. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but like, Simon, why didn't you get a selfie with it? Why didn't you tell me? Because I would have got a selfie with it. I can't believe that the fire, it must have been a proper fire.
Well, to be fair, we had wooden centerpieces, like log centerpieces with candles on. Obviously, that table was a bit of a rowdy table. So,
yeah, but the thing was, it wasn't.
With a lot of shots, alcohol.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
wasn't the people at the table. It was like once people started to like walk around and maneuver.
It just must have been nuts, but obviously the residue, the candle, dry wood, tequila, whatever. Just
so but the fire extinguisher or the fire alarms never went off. So maybe we need to go test that out.
I think because people were chucking vodka on it.
So it's like, obviously everyone in their drunken haze is like, how do we put this? I mean, we didn't even know about it, did we? I think I was doing the worm. I was doing the slug. I was doing the slug on the floor. There'll be video somewhere. I'll find the video. It's like a much slower version than the worm.
Because you couldn't get back up once you got back.
I couldn't get back up. I'm old. Couldn't get back up. Old hips. So people were like chucking beers on the fire and vodka and everything else. Because I think I put it on my story. It was like, come on, fess up. Who set fire to my tablecloth?
I was like, I'm not being charged for this tablecloth.
Yeah. So someone messaged me and they were like, "Oh, it was like someone set someone lost your ears. Someone set fire to the tablecloth. I was throwing beer on it and wine and vodka to put it out. Bar staff were nowhere to be seen. So yeah. Anyway, if you are getting married soon, don't have real candles or don't have a real flame on your tablecloth.
Don't have dry logs.
Don't have a dry log. Never have a dry log. Go and see a doctor about that. Get it sorted.
That sounds like a nutritional problem, doesn't it?
Oh, what's this? Claire, this sounds like it sounds like a champagne or a prosecco kind of question.
What's that?
Wine question.
Are you
what is it?
Manuel Pellegrini or Slavan Bilic?
I don't know what that means.
All right, it's
they're West Ham managers, aren't they?
Always Slavan Bilic. There you go.
I think that's a fair answer.
Yeah,
I'm not sure Pellegrini was that great. Obviously, he's been great at some point because his reputation was massive. But I don't think I don't think he was the right move for West Ham at that point. But yeah,
I can't even remember him being the manager. To be honest, I'm trying to think when was he manager.
I was trying to think about it actually, and I'm not entirely sure. It was recent, sort of last 10 years, obviously, but yeah, I can't quite really remember. He obviously wasn't spectacular because he didn't stand out for any reason, and I don't think he lasted particularly long.
I used to live near Dagenham. I used to live in Dagenham actually, and around it. I thought that was a prosecco question or a wine question or something. But, I don't know.
Well, I'd never heard of it if it was.
Oh, bless you.
It's like, it's a nice Pellegrini.
San Pellegrino, yes, I like.
Yeah,
especially the lemon flavor. That name, I have no idea.
Oh, I see blood orange for me. It's all about blood orange.
Oh yeah, that is so
Blood
good.
orange.
You tried it with vodka?
It's a lovely drink. I've not actually, no, but I will do that now because I'll take that tip because I imagine it goes
I used
quite
to work
well.
at an Italian restaurant, so we used to use the San Pellegrino ones in cocktails. So the best one was like a lemon spritz. So we used to use limoncello, the lemon San Pellegrino, and prosecco with ice. Divine. Divine.
I was gonna say it does sound good. It does sound good.
It's so refreshing. Well, it's like the old lemon Lucasade back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Lovely.
I'm gonna have to give that a try now. I will have to do that. So blood orange and vodka, and then old school lemonade with the limoncello and the lemon flavored Pellegrino. I will. I'm gonna have to give those a try next time I'm drinking. Right. Well, I think that's the end of the questions, guys. We've been going for nearly an hour and 45 minutes. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
No. Absolutely. Do you know what? I always feel bad for the guests because I mean, it's well documented and well known that I can talk for England. You know, which is probably why doing something like this is a great fit for me. But I always feel bad when it gets to that sort of time, and I'm like, because I'm thinking, oh God, you know, people have got things to do. They might not have had dinner yet, or you know, and I start to think, oh God, you know. So I do appreciate you sticking around and having a good chat, and you know, and all this with me because it's you know, it's been absolutely fantastic. And I'm not going to lie, I had real pre-show nerves tonight because I was thinking, it's Nick and Claire, you know, they're like, whoa, we're not worthy.
Oh no, stop.
Because well, Nick makes hosting a quiz, you know, look so easy, and then you always look so natural, like as like a very yeah, absolutely. And it's almost sometimes a bit Laurel and Hardy because you've got Nick obviously who's trying to present the quiz and be all sort of consummate professional, and you're always having a good laugh and a giggle with the rest of us, and you know, and it works brilliantly. It's beautiful to watch, and so I was kind of like,
thank you.
God, you know,
Thank you.
We rehearsed for weeks.
No, because you know that's really nice to hear. Because Nick is obviously a natural, like he's literally born to do this. I am naturally quite shy, so as soon as the camera's on me, like I find it quite difficult. So to say someone like it's actually like I'm doing okay. He's like, it's really nice. I really appreciate it because I hate it.
No. And obviously the coaster capturers have just pulled me up on the Laurel and Hardy analogy. I'm not saying that either of you looks like Laurel and Hardy, just to clarify. But obviously you've got the straight man.
Can we be Rosie and
Morecambe
Jim
and Wise.
instead?
Rosie and Jim? Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean about the straight man and the sort of the funny man sort of scenario.
To be fair, my mum said the same thing. They always play, they kind of watch and play the quiz, and she was like, Nick's obviously like the talk show host is real serious, and he was like, you're just there like. Meh, meh.
Well, the thing is, I need to present a quiz to like 30, 40 people or whatever that are watching at the time. Like, we need to do it.
Yeah, I just get distracted, and I'm like.
No, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so I'm not going to lie and say, you know, I was quite nervous about it, and I said it to James earlier on. I was like, oh, I've got really bad pre-show nerves tonight, and he was like, why? And I was like, because we've got quiz show royalty. You know, it's Nick and Claire, and you know, and Nick makes hosting look so easy and so effortless. You know, and I've got to try and up my game almost to match up, but no, but it's been absolutely brilliant, guys, and I've really loved it, and we've definitely, there you go, look, Coaster Toll can confirm I was literally shitting myself.
Oh no, don't do that. I was as well. This is why I'm always late to the quizzes, because I have to psych myself up to get in front of the camera.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I can totally empathise with that. Every Monday night at about 7 p.m, I start to get a bit nervous, and you know, and but I wouldn't be me if I didn't. So you know, and that's one of the reasons why it was called Nervous Chat, is because
that's the thing.
You know,
that's the thing we all do, and as soon as you hit that, like everything that you'll do, probably like a little test, kind of like dummy, kind of like, I don't know, just to record it or whatever, just to see that everything's working okay, the audio and everything else. But then you hit that go live button, and all of a sudden all the settings change, and like for some reason it's selected like your earbud as a microphone. It's like, which is what happened to us last week or whenever it was for the 80s quiz. It's like everything just changed, and so it's just technology.
No, absolutely, yeah, technology. Me and technology, as is well known from Nervous Chat, don't tend to have the greatest relationship, but I'm getting better. I am getting better. But yeah, so thank you very much for tonight, guys. As I say, it's been an absolute blast. I'll definitely be there tomorrow night, and
thank you.
Hopefully you can find a slot in your busy schedule some point in the future to come back, and we can have a bit more of a chat, and as I said at the beginning, look forward to seeing you both at Alton Towers on the 18th. And did you also say something about the opening of Jumanji World on the 15th of May?
Maybe.
What are we doing?
Right. It's awkward because it's a Monday. It's like a work day, a school day. So
it is.
We have to drive all the way over there.
So basically,
it's a full-on road trip to get over to that part of the world.
Basically, I work in a school, so it'll be Nick. This is why it's not
okay.
Because he'll spring it on me like 2 days beforehand. That is going.
Yeah. So I'm obviously we're Merlin pass holders. I'm reserved for the 15th, but I don't know if we can get there or not. We'll see. May have to be like the following weekend or something, which I know is going to be rammed, of course. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, as I say, obviously I'll see you on the 18th, and I've no doubt, and hopefully at other parks throughout the year. You know, it's great to meet up with people and obviously have chats and stuff. So, but as I say, yes, thank you so much for tonight. If you aren't subscribed to Walking with the Woods YouTube channel, the links for their Instagram and YouTube are in the description for the video here, as is the link for tomorrow night's UK theme park quiz. So make sure you join in tomorrow night. It's sure to be another great quiz. So
it will be
there, guys.
Yeah, it will be. I do want to say so tomorrow night we've got the UK theme park quiz. I do want to say it's not going to be some like hardcore roller coaster quiz, like, you know, how many splinters make up the Wicker Man, you know, because going back to what we said earlier on about niches, like it's going to be like the wider spectrum. It's not just going to be about big roller coasters. You know, we're going to include fun fairs in there as well. Like well-known fun fairs, not like some rinky-dink thing somewhere. You know, like, you know, the smaller parks, UK attractions. You know, think about what Merlin annual pass offers. It's not just Alton Towers, Legoland, and Chesington, Thorpe Park as well. So yeah, there's going to be like, I don't know if things are easy or hard. I would say it's on the easier side because it's not really in-depth like roller coaster knowledge.
Good, otherwise I'm not playing.
But but you know, and it won't be like, usually we add videos in there and music and stuff like that. Well, with a theme park quiz, it's kind of hard to bring in music videos and everything. So there might be one or two theme park related musical things, but because we always like to do that because it's kind of fun. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, join us tomorrow night 8 p.m. over on our channel, but it's going to be a light-hearted theme park attraction type of quiz anyway. I want to put that in there.
It's never light-hearted in our house.
No, I mean, it'll probably be a really hard quiz, especially if you're like a hardcore theme park enthusiast. You know, we're talking about like CBeebies Land. You know, most theme park enthusiasts have never been to CBeebies Land. So, you know, it's the CBeebies quiz. And whatever that thing is over at Chesington, you know, the thing that you went on with Freya with like the kids area. You know what I mean anyway. But yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember.
It's going to be the family theme park quiz. That's what it's going to be.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Right. I'll say good night to you guys. And like I said, I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you so much for coming on, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
See you soon. Thank you for having us. Bye, everyone.
You're welcome.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
Bye.
And there we go, guys. That's the end of another episode. The wonderful Nick and Claire from Walking with the Woods YouTube, as we've obviously just discussed. Make sure you're in the quiz tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Walking with the Woods YouTube channel. Links are in the description, so please make sure to join. The next episode of Nervous Chat, I've got to let you know, is going to be live at 8 p.m. this Saturday. And it's another back chat episode, which, if you remember from the last one I did, is the episodes where I'm going to bring back a guest that's been on previously. And this week I'm welcoming back the Longhorn Coasters YouTube channel from the US. So please join me 8 o'clock on Saturday for that. And then the following one after that, I'm going to tell you about as well, because that's going to fall on a Wednesday. So that will be Wednesday, the 12th, 13th, 15th. Wednesday, the 15th of March will be the delayed episode where I'm bringing in Tom from Brick the Kicker, which is the guy that designs the Lego roller coaster models. And he's going to come in and talk about his models, the process, and of course, Dutch theme parks, because he is based in Holland or the Netherlands. Sorry to give it its modern name. Right, so thank you very much, guys, for joining tonight. If you haven't already liked, please like. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you, everybody that's watching this as a catch-up. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we had. We've had a good laugh tonight, and I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Until then, until next time, take care for now.